There are millions of traffic stops across the state of California every year. KCRA3 Investigates has been looking into what happens during those stops. We've talked to drivers and law enforcement. While the majority of stops end without incident, some of them take a dangerous turn, like this case from 2023 on I-5 in Tehama County. A CHP officer went to check on what he thought was a disabled motorist. The suspect ended up shooting at the officer and sealing the patrol car. Also, I recently went through CHP training, just a portion of it, learning a little bit of how officers train to make stops. We can only show a portion of that training, but there's so much more that CHP cadets actually go through before getting a badge. So this morning, we welcome CHP Academy Commander Captain Ben Fillman. He and his team were incredibly gracious to us to allow us to go through this training. But you know, when you see that video, we were all very much shocked to see it because it's very rare that we see that. What was it like for you to see a video like that?
For me and probably all the officers, it's a reminder of how quickly things can go bad. The majority of our stops are non-confrontational and they go smoothly. So when we see something like that, it's a reminder of how quickly things can go bad and how bad it can get.
Yeah, and a lot of people have asked. That officer is now back on the force, has recovered.
Back to work,
okay,
yes.
Okay. How do you believe that video or videos like that impact recruiting? Do you think it deters people?
It may deter some, but I think people that have a heart for service come into this job knowing there are inherent dangers and are willing to take that risk to serve the public.
Okay, so let's talk about training specifically. You know, those cadets, as I learned, go through quite a bit. Yeah. How many hours and how much time is dedicated specifically to traffic stops?
Specifically, traffic stops is about 88 to 90 hours that we're working on all things surrounding the traffic stops, because that's the majority of what we do. So we have what's required by post plus our agency specific stuff, and we work a lot on that.
Yeah, explain what POST is for people who don't know.
POST is the Peace Officer Standards and Training, so all law enforcement in California have to meet that minimum standard.
Gotcha.
And then individual agencies are allowed to do more, just not less.
So one thing about the training that I went through, you and I kind of talked about this a little after, is that once I saw, you know, the suspect coming to me, I'm like, you know, sir, don't do that. I took a lot of time before firing the one shot, but as we saw in that other video, many times it's more than one shot. You know, why is that? And explain to people why there's that difference.
I would say you did exactly what I would expect for someone that's not been through any training or anything, so don't beat yourself up. So that is not unusual, but yeah, we train our officers to, if they're faced with a threat like that, to stop the threat. So it's not always just one shot and you're done. The threats can keep coming. There can be multiple, so that's what we train for. That officer did an outstanding job in assessing the threat, moving to cover, and improving his position, and we're thankful that he's okay.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, talking more about that training, you can I think train, of course, for what may happen and prepare, but how do you prepare officers for the emotional side of that? Because there is the physical side of what you have to do to stop the threat, but then there's the human side of it. How do you train and prepare cadets for that?
We say that's the second fight. The first fight is the one that you were in on the side of the road. The second is the mental, and trying not to let that overcome you. We have a robust group of people that do peer support. We have counseling for our officers, so our department is focused on keeping officer wellness at the forefront. So after an incident like that, it's all hands on deck to help everybody, not just the officer, but the others that responded to the scene, the dispatchers that were involved. Everybody comes together to support and make sure they're okay, and that continues down the line as long as they need it.
Sure.
So.
What's something that you wish the public better understood about CHP and what you all do?
The majority of the time that you're getting stopped by us, it's for safety. All of these officers have seen tragedy as a result of speeding, weaving, DUI drivers, distracted driving, not wearing your seatbelt, and when they stop you, it's because they're seeing something like that most of the time, and their goal or their mission is to keep you safe That's why they're writing you the ticket or stopping you. Keep your family that's in the car safe and the ones that are driving around you safe. So that's our mission.
Okay, Captain Philman, I appreciate you coming in this morning with us. Definitely, again, please give your team my gracious thank you for your patience for us. But it definitely, I think, for me personally, changes your perspective when you go through that, and you're having this experience for sure. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
All right, and everyone, you can go to the KCRA3 app right now. You can learn more about these traffic stops for both officers and drivers. Again, that's on the KCRA3 app. Just look for our KCRA3 Investigate series, Stopped.